Welcome back to Saber Order. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Anakin Skywalker Lightsaber from Episode 4, A New Hope. This is the original design from the first movie that was inspired from a camera flash, if ever you know the story. This was sold from Pach Store, and on their website it is listed as the Graflex Saber. It is one of 3 variants. They had Episode 4, 5, and 6, and this is the Episode 4 version. So I'm going to go ahead and put a blade in here. And alright, so this saber actually has a unique design choice. It has a little clamp at this top portion here. You just push these 2 back things together, and then you can push your saber in, and it'll lock onto it. It is good for getting the blade in, and as you see, you do get to see it ignite. But if you want to swing it around, I don't recommend not screwing it in because it will fly out. I have known that from experience. But yeah, this is the saber fully ignited. This is the pre-font that comes with it, Anakin Skywalker's font. It says Luke's, but this is the Anakin Skywalker font. But yeah. Alrighty, so here is a nice close-up of the hilt front and back. I'm going to point out a few things. First off, you have this nice little text along the back. It says Graflex, because this was in fact based off of a Graflex camera from the 80s. That is how they got the idea for this lightsaber. It's actually kind of a funny story. But yeah, so I'm going to show you right here. This is the activation button. It's just a nice little press like that, on and off. And then right here is going to be your font switch button. You're just going to flick it down to change your font, just like that. And then I'm going to give a nice little comparison to the Galaxy's Edge version of the saber, which, as you can tell, is a little bit thicker. The material isn't the same, and the grip is probably a lot more detailed on this one, obviously. And as you can tell here, this has like more plastic on it. I am going to quickly show you how to get to the chassis. It's super easy on this saber. You just flick this little thing up here, and then you twist, and you release. And this piece just comes off, and then here you are. This is a nice little cool feature about the hilt. There's a lot of Star Wars writing on the inside, and you can actually translate this. I know I translated a few lines. It said, "This is hope, this is passion, there is no whatever." I don't remember the rest of the translations. I'll probably translate all of them at some point, but I think it's a nice little detail. And then you just want to unscrew this bottom port here, and then there is your chassis. Alrighty, so this is your chassis. It looks just like any other Pach Store chassis out there. Your on and off switch is going to be right here. When you first receive it, you are going to have to flick it on if you're wondering why it's not working. And then this is your battery. This one doesn't have a plug-in like Neopixels do. You do have to take the battery out and charge the battery, but it's not really that big of a deal. That sound means that your thing is good to go. And then this is the plug. And if you want this to be functioning properly, what I mean by that is you can actually switch your activation button, these 2, if you plug it in the wrong way. So if I plug it in like this, the activation buttons will get switched. So you want to make sure you're putting it in the proper way so that your activation buttons are correct. Let me just put that back in there, and then there we go. And then to put it back together is very simple. You just stick that back in there, and it's actually supposed to go the other way for screen accuracy.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
And then flick that back down. And then there you are. That is going to be it for the overview. I'm going ahead and put a blade in this and move on to the next part of the video. Alright, now that I got a blade in here, I'm going to go ahead and do the swing test portion of the video. I'm going to go over the fonts that come with this saber and just overall looks of it. So the activation button is going to be this one on the back, just like screen accuracy. It has changed throughout the years, but this is the activation button. As you can see, nice little blue Anakin font. And the smooth swing on these sabers is really good. Like, as you can tell, gets every fine movement and every downward slash pretty well. Has, you know, classic blast reflex effects. Where's the button? Has flash on flash, which is pretty responsive, and then it has lightning deflection. That's about it with the effects. The Proffies have a lot more programmability, but they do not come with a lot of crazy effects built into them like Neopixels do. So if you're looking for crazy effects, I would get a Neopixel, but these are going to be more high quality and more high tech. But I'm going to go ahead and do a font change by pointing it downward and twisting it while pressing the activation button. There we go, we got Kylo Ren, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, which is a little bit darker, I would say, usually. Dark Saber. 14. And this is just a non-character font. And then I believe this is Ahsoka's, Luke Skywalker, and then back to the beginning, the original font. So that's going to be that. Alright, now that I got the lights dimmed, I'm going to go ahead and swing this thing around for y'all so you can see it in the dark. As you can see, this thing is very bright. It's bright in person. It does look a lot better on camera. I do like these. They look pretty realistic on camera. But I would say it's a pretty bright saber. I'm currently using a 32-inch blade, I believe. So you can choose a blade to come with this or not. I chose not to because I have so many blades already. It will save you about $70. As you can tell, some of these fonts have nice little lines that will play when you activate them, and they have other things like, you can hear the desert on this one, which I do like actually. Tatooine Desert. Nice yellow font. I believe this is just a temple guard. I would recommend a shorter blade for swinging because these ones are a little heavier. As you can tell, the smooth swing is very accurate, nice and smooth. The effects are pretty easy to adjust. Just one button, simple to say. These are 2-button setups, they're not like Neopixels. They're a lot easier to use. That's going to be it for the swing test. Overall, this performance of the Saber is pretty great. I do like swinging Proffie Sabers more than Neopixels just because they feel way more accurate. They get all your movements. I do like that a lot more. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move into my final thoughts about the Saber. Alrighty, so final thoughts on this Saber. This is a fantastic Saber. It's also just great to buy from the Pach Store because you can use their chassis on different versions of their sabers with a very cheap buy-in price. Because this one was only about $340, $400 with tax, which is their shipping, which is weird. But yeah, so I now have a chassis that I'm going to use for any other Pach Store sabers that I buy. But yeah, overall, I think this one is extremely accurate. I also own another version of this, a legacy version of this. Actually, it's a different version, but I just don't like that one, honestly. This one just feels better. It's a little bit thinner. It's a nice, easier to hold. I do love the crystal glowing through, and it's a high quality saber. Anything you buy from the Pach Store is high quality, and yeah, I would 100% recommend this. It does come in 3 versions, the 5, 4, and 7. I said 6 before, but it's actually episode 7. So whichever one you prefer the most, go check it out. It will cost you about, I got mine on sale with Valentine's Day, so it'll probably be about $400 or $500. But if you can get yourself a sale, I would totally go for that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, we've got more reviews for you guys coming. Just subscribe, check out our Twitter or our TikTok, and then that's gonna be it for the video. Peace out.